Well, good morning, guys. Let's start. Series totally three pages. One, two, three, four. Okay. Four, five, six, seven. Let's start. A group of things that have been hidden in some place. Catchy. A group of things that have been hidden in some place. Catchy. One who is bad in spellings. Cartographer. Harsh and discordant sound. Loud, confusing, disagreeable sound, and incongruous or chaotic mixture, cacophony. The end one of a calf, a person who is skilled at producing beautiful handwriting, calligrapher, the art of beautiful handwriting, calligraphy, a man devoid of kind feelings and sympathy, callous, no feelings, a man devoid of feelings and sympathy, callous. that which makes it difficult to recognize the presence or real nature of something. Camouflage. CA. Camouflage. A person who eats human flesh. Cannibal. Love for dogs. Canophilia. House or shelter of a gypsy. A group of people, especially traders or pilgrims, traveling together across a desert. Caravan. A house or shelter of a gypsy. A group of people, especially traders or pilgrims, traveling together across a desert. Caravan. The dead body of an animal. Carcass. Something which is considered to be very important. Cardinal. A doctor who specializes in the study or treatment of human diseases. Cardiologist. The study of heart and its action and diseases. Cardiology. A picture of a person or thing drawn in such a exaggerated manner as to cause laughter. Caricature. Animals that eat meat. Carnivorous. Songs which is sung in church by a group of singers. Carol. A person who draws or makes maps. Cartographer. The art or process of drawing or making maps. Cartography. An amusing drawing about politics or events in the news. Cartoon. A place where gambling games are played. Casino. A large deep pot used both in the oven and as a serving vessel. Casserole. A list or collection of books or informative graphics. Catalog. A list or collection of books or informative graphics. Catalog. An event causing great and sudden damage or suffering. Catastrophe. An event causing great and sudden damage or suffering. Catastrophe. Causing great damage or suffering. Catastrophic. A large deep metal pot used for cooking over open fire. Cauldron. Soldier who fight on horseback. Cavalry. The sound of a crow. Car. Okay, first a group of things that have been hidden in some place. Catchy. C A C A C H E. One who is bad in spellings. Cacographer. Harsh or discordant sound. Loud, confusing, disagreeable sound. An incongruous or chaotic mixture. Cacophony. The young one of a cow. Calf. A person who is skilled at producing beautiful handwriting. Cacographer. The art of beautiful handwriting. Cacography. A man devoid of kind feeling and sympathy. Callous. That which makes it difficult to recognize the presence or real nature of something. That which make it that which makes it difficult to recognize the presence or real nature of something. Hmm. Camouflage. 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 A person who eats human flesh. Cannibal. Love for dogs. Sorry, cannibal. Cannibal. Love for dogs. Canophile. Canophile. House or shelter of a gypsy. A group of people, especially traders and pilgrims, travel together across the desert. Caravan. The dead body of an animal. Cannibal. Something which is considered to be very important. Cardinal. A doctor who specializes in the study and treatment of human diseases. Cardiology. The study of heart and its action. Cardiologist. Cardiology. A picture of a person or thing drawn in a highly exaggerated manner as to cause laughter. Caricature. Caricature. Caricature is a noun. Animals that eat meat, carnivorous. Now, songs which is sung in a church by a group of singers, carol. It is a person who draws or makes maps, cartographer, the art of processing, the art or process of drawing or making maps, cartography, an amusing drawing about politics, events, and the news. Cartoon, a place where gambling games are played. Casino, a large deep pot used in the oven and as a serving vessel. Casserole, C-A-S-S-E-R, casser, S-C-A-S-S-E-R-O-L-E. A list or collection of books or informative graphics. A list or collection of books or informative graphics. Hmm. Catalog, CATALOG, an event causing great and sudden damage or suffering. Catastrophe, catas, CATASTROPHE, catastrophe, causing great damage or suffering. Catastrophic, a large deep metal pot used for cooking over open fire. Cauldron, CAULDRON, soldier who fight on horseback. Cavalry, the sound of a crow. Car, a time when enemies agree to stop fighting. Ceasefire, the state of being unmarried by choice. Celibacy, underground place for storing wine or provisions. Cellar, a large burial ground. Cemetery, a person who is 100 years old or more. Centenarian, the 100th anniversary of an event. Centennial, anything tending to move away from center. Centrifugal, something that is related to the brain or the intellect. Cerebral, of designing or writing on wax. Ce- Zero, Chirography, rub a part of the body to restore warmth or sensation. Chafe, vexation for humiliation or disappointment. Chagrin, chagrin, a child who is believed to have been secretly left in exchange for another. Changeling, changeling, a child who is believed to have been secretly left in exchange for another. Changeling, a small building or room used for Christian worship in a school, prison, lodge, private house, etc. Chapel, compelling attractiveness or charm that can inspire or influence others. Charisma, exercising a compelling charm which inspires devotion in others. Charismatic, a person falsely claiming to have a special knowledge or skill. Charlatan, run after in order to catch or catch up with. Chase, a deep fissure in its surface. Char, the base frame of a car or other wheel vehicle. Chassis, a person employed to drive a private or hired car. Chauffeur, palm reading. Chiromancy, a group of singers in a church. Song which is sung in a church by a group of singers is carol. A group of singers in a church is choir, choir. A routine task, especially a household one, chore, causing great damage or suffering. Causing great damage or suffering. Catastrophic, a large deep metal pot used for cooking open fire. Cauldron, soldiers who fight on horseback. Cavalry, the sound of a crow. Car, a A time when enemies agree to stop fighting. A time when enemies agree to stop fighting. Ceasefire, the state of being unmarried by choice. Celibacy, underground place for storing wine or other provisions. Cellar, a large burial ground. Cemetery, a person who is 100 years old or more. Centenarian, centenarian, the 100th anniversary of an event. Centennial, anything tending to move away from the center. Centrifugal, something that is related to the brain or the intellect. Cerebral, art of designing or writing on wax. Telugu. Xerography, rub a part of the body to restore warmth or sensation. Chafe, vexation for humiliation or disappointment. Vexation for humiliation or disappointment. Hmm, vexation for humiliation or disappointment. Cha- chagrin, yes. A child who is believed to have been secretly left in exchange for another changeling. A small building or room used for Christian worship in a school, prison, lodge, private house, etc. Small building or room used for Christian worship in a school, prison, lodge, private house, etc. Chapel, compelling attractiveness or charm that can inspire or influence others. Charishma, exercising a compelling charm that inspires devotion in others. Charismatic, a person falsely claiming to have a special knowledge or skill. Charlatan, okay, run after in order to catch up with. Chase, a deep fissure in the earth's surface. Charles, charlatan, pretending to be skillful. Charlatan, charlatan. Okay, now run after in order to catch up, chase. A deep fissure in its surface. Charge, the base frame of a car or other wheel vehicle. Chassis, CHASSIS, chassis. Okay, a person employed to drive a private or hired car. Chauffeur, CHAFFEUR, CHAFFEUR, chauffeur, CHAUFFEUR. Palm reading, chiromancy, chiromancy, chiromancy. Palm reading is chiromancy, CHIROMANCY, chiromancy. Palm reading, chiromancy. A group of singers in a church, CHOIR, chord. A routine task, especially a household one, chore. Okay, now let's go to third page. One who plans the steps and moves in a dance. Choreographer. Choreographer. A disease persisting for a long time or recurring again and again. Chronic. A disease persisting for a long time or recurring again and again. Chronic. CHRONIC. A factual written account of important or historical events in order of their occurrence. Chronicle, 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 an arrangement of events or dates in the order of their occurrence. Chronology, a factual written account of important or historical events in the order of their occurrence. Chronicle, an arrangement of events and dates in the order of their occurrence. Chronology, an instrument for measuring time accurately in spite of motion or variation in temperature, humidity, and air pressure. An instrument for measuring time accurately. क्रोनोमीटर बिल्कुल ठीक समय बताने वाली घड़ी क्रोनोमीटर an instrument for measuring time accurately in spite of motion or variation in temperature, humidity, and air pressure. Chronometer. Rude in a mean spirited and surly way. Churlish. Rude in a mean spirited and surly way. Rude in a mean spirited and surly, surely way. Churlish. CHURLSH. Extreme self confidence or audacity. Chatpa. CHUT, CHUTZPAH. The use of many words where only few are necessary. Circumlocution. CIRCUMLOCUTION. Clues available at a scene. Circumstantial. A fortress, typically one on high ground above a city, citadel. Climb or move with difficulty or a lot of effort, typically using one hand and feet. Using one hands and feet. Okay. Climb or move with difficulty or a lot of effort, typically using one's hands and feet. Clamber, हाथ पैर के बल कठिनाई से चढ़ना. Clamber, making a loud and confusing sound. Clamorous, CLAMOROUS, commotion, tumult, a loud appeal or demand. Clamor, make a loud and confusing sound. Clamorous, CLAMOROUS, clamor, CLAMOUR, an extreme fear of being in a small, confined place. Claustrophobia, all the customers of a business. Clientele, all the customers of a business is CLIENTELE. A room in a public building where outdoor clothes and luggages may be left. Cloakroom, the sound made by a hen. Cluck, land beside a sea. Coast, a spider's home. Cobweb, cobweb. Okay. An extreme fear of being in a small, confined place is claustrophobia. All the customers of a business is clientele. A room in a public building where outdoor clothes and luggages may be left is cloakroom. The sound made by a hen is cluck. Land beside a sea is coast. A spider's home is cobweb. A small compartment in an aircraft for the pilot is cockpit. A drink usually made for a mixture of one or more alcoholic drinks is cocktail. An instruction that is cocktail. An instruction that is added later to a will, usually to change a part of it. Codicil. वसीयतनामे का बाद वसीयतनामे का वसीयतनामे के बाद का परिवर्तन पत्र. An instruction that is added later to a will, usually to change. An instruction that is added later to a will, usually to change a part of it. Codicil. Use of force or threats to get someone to agree to something. Use of force or threats to get someone to agree to something. Coercion. Use of force or threats to get someone to agree to something. Coercion. COERCION. A strong box or small chest for holding valuables. A strong box, a small chest for holding valuables is coffer. A collection of slaves is coffer. Coffer. Tijori. Coffer. 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 One who plans the steps and moves in a dance. Choreographer. CHO. Choreo. CHOREOGRA is a chair. A disease persisting for a long time or recurring again and again. Chronic, a factual written account of important and historical events in the order of their occurrence. Chronicle, an arrangement of events or dates in the order of their occurrence. Chronology, an instrument for measuring time accurately in spite of motion or variation in temperature, humidity, and air pressure. An instrument for measuring time accurately in spite of motion or variation in temperature, humidity, and air pressure. What is this instrument for measuring time? Chronometer. Chronometer? Maybe. Yes. Rude in a mean spirited and surely way. Rude in a mean spirited and surely way. Churlish. Extreme self confidence or audacity. Chatpa. CHUTZPAH. The use of many words where only few are necessary. Circumlocution. CIRCUMLOCUPION. Clues available at the scene. Circumstantial. A fortress, typically one on high ground above a city. A fortress, typically one on high ground above a city. A fortress, typically citadel. Climb or move with difficulty and a lot of effort, typically using one's hand and feet. Clamber, a loud appeal or demand. Clamor, CLAMOUR, an extremely fear of being named. Make a loud and confused sound. Clamorous, commotion, tumult, an extreme fear of being in a small, confined place. Claustrophobia, all the customers of a business clients in a room in a public building where outdoor clothes and luggages may be left. A room in a public building where outdoor clothes or luggage may be left. Cloakroom. The sound made by a hen is cluck. Land beside a sea is coast. A spider's from his cobweb. A small compartment in an aircraft for the pilot is cockpit. A drink usually made from mixture of one or more alcoholic drinks is cocktail. An instruction that is added later to a will, usually to change a part of it. Coercion? Yes, coercion. Use of force or threats to get someone to agree to something. Coercion, a strong or small chest for holding valuables is coffer. Collection of slaves is coffle. COFFER, And then next, a remarkable occurrence of events and circumstances without apparent casual connection. Coincidence. It's a coincidence. It's a damn coincidence. Damn it. Coincidence. ENC noun. A person that one work at the time, sorry, a person that one work with at the same place in a profession. So, a person that one work with at the same place in a profession or a business. Colleague, COLLEAUGE, COLLEAGUE, 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 COLLEAUGE, sorry, colleague. GUE రావాలి COLLEA college COLLEA colleague COLLEAGUE mutual disclosure colloquy colloquy mutual disclosure is colloquy mutual disclosure in parlance a gingatic statue, colossus, 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 visual disclosure is colloquy, to keep a great person or event in people's memory, commemorate, COMMEMORATE, money given to agent on sales, commission, to have a strong feeling of sympathy with a desire to help, compassion, people who belong to the same country, compatriots, a person who introduced the performers or contestants in a variety show. Compare means also known as anchor, satisfied with no desire to change or improve, complacent, to make perfect or complete, compliment, a remark that expresses approval or administration, admiration, compliment, one who sets type for books, newspapers, etc. Compositor, have too much pride in yourself and what to do. Conceited, capable of being imagined or grasped mentally. Conceivable, having a common center as circles or spheres. Concentric, living together of a man and woman without being married to each other. Concubinage, an apartment building in which each apartment is owned separately by the people living in it but also containing shared areas. Condominium, forgive or pardon someone wrongdoing or an offense. Condone, connive, overlook. A company or person that makes or sells sweets or chocolates. Confection. CONFECTIONER, confectioner. To own up to something as true. Confess, give up. An arrangement of parts or elements in a particular form or figure. Configuration. To officially take something away from somebody. Confiscate, seize. Combustible, flammable. Conflagrant. Place where two or more rivers meet. Confluence. Pertaining to an individual from birth. Congenital. A corporation made up of a number of different companies that operate in diversified fields. Conglomerate. A corporation made up of a number of different companies that operate in a diversified fields. Conglomerate. Remarkable occurrence of events or circumstances without apparent causal connection. Coincidence, a person that one work with colleague, COLLEGUE, mutual disclosure, a gigantic statue, colossus, to keep a great to keep a great person event in people's memory, commemorate, money given to agent on sales, commission, to have a strong feeling of sympathy with a desire to help, compassion, people who belong to the same company, country, compatriots, a person who introduced the performers or contestants in a variety show, compare, satisfied with no desire to change or improve, uh, satisfied with no desire to change or improve, cons- to make perfect or complete, complement, COMPLE, COMPLIMENT, a remark that express approval or admiration, compliment, one who sets type for books, newspapers, etc. A compositor having too much pride in yourself and what you do, conceited, capable of being imagined or grasped mentally, having a common centric and circles or spheres, concentric, living together of a man and a woman without being married to each other, concubinage, an apartment building in which each apartment is owned separately by the people living in it but also connecting shared areas, condominium, forgive or pardon some wrongdoing or an offense. There is a company, a person that makes or sells sweets or chocolates, confectioner, to own up to something as to confess, an arrangement of parts or elements in a particular form or figure. configuration to officially take something away from somebody, confiscate, combustible, that is flammables, conflagrant, a place where two or more rivers meet, confluence pertaining to an individual from birth, relating to an individual from birth. There is a corporation made up of number of different companies that operate in diversified fields. Conglomerate, conglomerate, conglomerate. A remarkable occurrence of events or circumstances without apparent causal connection. Coincidence, a person that one works with at the same place in a profession or a business. Colleague, COLLEAGUE, mutual disclosure, colloquy, Vartalap, colloquy, mutual disclosure, discourse, mutual discourse, colloquy. What do you mean by colloquy? COLLOQUY, colloquy, COLLOQY. What is colloquy? COLLOQUY. Colloquy. A colloquy is a formal conversation, dialogue, or high-level conference. It stems from Latin colloquium, meaning speaking together. When typically used to describe serious high-level discussions like academic or theological conferences, the term often appears in specialized contexts. Colloquy means in criminal trials. Collo- Colloquy refers to a formal on the record conversation between a judge and a defendant. It is used to ensure the defendant fully understands the rights, such as when waiving a jury trial or entering a guilty plea, and that the decision is made knowingly or voluntarily. Mutual discourse, colloquy, idiomatic statue, colossus to keep a great person or event in people's memory, commemorate money given to agent on sales, commission to have a strong feeling of sympathy with a desire to help, compassion, people belonging to the same country, compatriots, a person who introduced the performers or content, contestants in a variety show, compete, satisfied with no desire to change or improve, satisfied with no desire to change or improve, to make perfect or complete, compliment, COMPLIMENT, a remark that express approval or admiration, compliment, COMPLIMENT, one who sets type for books, newspapers, etc., compositor, having too much pride in yourself and what to do, conceited, CONCITED, satisfied, capable of being imagined and grasped mental, having a common center, concentric, living together of a man, concubinage, an apartment building that is belong space belong to others also, no? Condominium, forgive or pardon some wrongdoings or an offense, condone, a company or person that makes or sells sweets, chocolates, confectionate, to own up to something as true, to own up to something as true, to own up to something as true, confess, confess. To own up to something as to is confess. An arrangement of parts or elements in a particular form of figure configuration to officially take something away from somebody. Confiscate, combustible or inflammable, conflagrant, place where two or more rivers meet, confluence pertaining to an individual from birth. Pertaining to an individual from birth. What do you mean by pertaining to an individual from birth? Relating to an individual from birth తెలీదు. A corporation made up of a number of different companies that operate in diversified fields. Conglomerate. Okay, now mutual disclosure is colloquy. Okay, నాకు తెలియంది ఏంటంటే satisfied with no desire, complacent. Okay, COMPLACENT, contentment, complacement, snug, smug, complacent, contentment, Smug. To make perfect or complete is complement, complement, composure, consider, conceivable, capable of being imagined. Okay, conceive means deep thought, conceive means capable of, capable of being imagined or grasped mentally. Conceivable, concentric, concubinage, condominium, condone, confectioner, civilian, FECT, NER. Confess, configuration, confiscate. To, okay, to own up something as to confess, combustible, place where to, okay, congenital, pertaining to an individual from birth, congenital, germajat, congenital, congenital, conjugal వేరు, congenital వేరు, congenital, congenital. Congenital refers to a condition, trait, or anomaly. Anomaly means a character that is present at from birth, also known as a birth defect. Okay, condition, trait, or anomaly. Anomaly means a diversion that is present at or from birth. It is a congenital. Also known as a birth defect, it can develop during fetal development in the uterus or result from genetic inheritance, environmental exposures, and maternal health issues during pregnancy. Congenital. Okay, nice question. Nice. Nice. ఇంకెన్నున్నాయి ఈ రోజు చేస్తుందమ్మా ఎక్కువే ఉన్నాయి ఈ ఏ లాగానే ఎక్కువ ఉన్నాయి లెట్స్ లెట్స్ గో కమ్ ఆన్ లెట్స్ గో an assembly of worshippers, a group of people who have come together in a religious building for worship and prayers. Congregation, congregation. A assembly of worshippers, a group of people who have come together in a religious building for worship and prayers. Congregation, an opinion and conclusion formed on the basis of incomplete information. Conjecture. Okay. An opinion or conclusion formed on the basis of incomplete information. An opinion or conclusion formed on the basis of incomplete information. An opinion or conclusion formed on the basis of incomplete information is conjecture. A man who knows a lot about things like food, music, and art. Connoisseur, C-O-N-N-O, connoisse, C-O-N-N-O-S-S-C-U-R. Connoisseur, C-O-N-N-O-I-S-S-C-U-R. A man who knows a lot about things like food, music, and art. Connoisseur, C-O-N-N-O-I-S-U-R. C-O-N-N-O-I-S-S. Connoisse, C-O-N-N-O-I-S-S-C-U-R. Feeling inside you which tells you what is right and what is wrong. Conscience, C-O-N-S-C-I-E-N-C-E. One who does one's work thoroughly and seriously. Conscientious work. Feeling inside you which tells you what is right and what is wrong. Conscience, C-O-N-S-C-I-N-C-E. One who does work thoroughly and seriously. Conscientious. A careful preservation and protection of wildlife is the need of the hour. Conservation. Opposed to great or sudden change. Conservative. Comfort someone at a time of grief or disappointment. Console. A group of stars that forms a shape in the sky and has a name. Constellation. State of anxiety or dismay causing mental confusion. Consternation. Stern means state of anxiety or dismay. Dismay is shocking. Hmm. causing mental confusion. Constellations, Constellation. Sorry, constrained, కాదు, consternation. Imposed a restriction on constraint, extremely skilled is consummate, easily spread from one person to another, contagious, a disease which spreads with contact, contagious, something that something made impure by exposure to polluting substances, contaminated, belonging to the same time, a person living in the same age with another, contemporary, someone who is satisfied with life is general, contented, content, content, conceited, complacent, con- complacent, satisfied, content, conceited, also satisfied, contented, also satisfied, smug, touching along the side or boundary, contiguous, 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 adjective, adjective, conti, contiguous, contag, contiguous, contiguous, contiguous. An event that may or may not happen, contingency. Okay. An event that may or may not happen, contingency. Prohibited by law or treaty from being imported and exported. Contraband. A man who is recovering from illness, convalescent. Convalescent. A place where nuns live and work. Convent. A group of vehicles traveling together, typically one accompanied by armed troops. Convoy. Ceremony of crowning a king. Coronation. Coronation. To confirm with the help of evidence. Corroborate. To confirm with the help of evidence. Corroborate. A funeral procession. A funeral procession. Cortege. Corteze. Corteze. Cortege. Cortege is cortege. A funeral procession. Cortege. Cortege. A funeral procession. An assembly of worshippers, a group of people who have come together in a religious building for worship and prayers. Congregation, an opinion or conclusion formed on the basis of incomplete information. Conjecture, a niradhar kalpana. Okay, conjecture. A man who knows a lot about things like food, music, and art. Connoisseur, Connoisseur. Feeling inside you which tells you what is right and what is wrong. Feeling inside you what is right and what is wrong. Regret. Conscience. 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 One who one who does one's work thoroughly and seriously. Conscientious. Conscientious. C-O-N-S. Conscientious. C-O-N. Conscientious. Conscientious. C-O-N-S-C-I. Conscientious. Conscientious. A careful preservation and protection of wildlife is the need of the hour. Conservation, opposed to great a sudden change. Conservative, comfort someone at a time of grief, console a group of consolation, state of anxiety or dismay, consternation, impose a restriction or constraint, extremely skilled, commotion, consummate, commotion అంటే గొడవ, consummate, especially spread from one person, contiguous, contag- contagious, contagious, contagious. Someone may be impure by exposure to contaminated belongs contemporaries or life in general. Contended touching along this contiguous. An event that may or may not happen. Contingency. Prohibited by law or treaty. Contraband. A man who is convalescent. A place where nuns live. Convent. A group of vehicles driving together. Typically convoy. Ceremony of crowning a king. Coronation. Ceremony of crowning a king. Coronation to confirm with the help of evidence. Corroborate. To confirm with the help of evidence. To confirm with the help of evidence. ఎవిడెన్స్ ద్వారా కన్ఫర్మ్ చేసేది కొరో సిఓఆర్ఆర్ఓ బిఆర్ఏటి సిఓఆర్ఆర్ఓ బిఓఆర్ఏటి కొరో సిఓఆర్ఆర్ఓ కొరోబోరేట్ సిఓఆర్ఆర్ఓ బిఓఆర్ఏటి a funeral procession కార్టిక్ సిఓఆర్టిజి అంతే కార్టిక్ అమ్మా నిద్ర బాగా వస్తుంది లెట్స్ ర్యాప్ అప్ లెట్స్ ర్యాప్ అప్ దిస్ ఇంకొక పేజ్ ఉంది మన సికి చాలా చదివాము చాలా వర్డ్స్ నువ్వు చదివేద్దాం ఒక సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ ఉంటుంది సైన్స్ ఆఫ్ ద కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ ఇంకొకసారి చూడకుండా చెప్తాను an assembly of worshippers a group of people who have come together in a religious building or worship and prayers uh, an assembly of worshippers a group of people who have come together in a religious building and for worship and prayers congregation an opinion or conclusion formed on the basis of incomplete information conjecture, the man who knows a lot of things about food connoisseur, CONNOIS, SUR, feeling inside you which tells you what is right and what is wrong. Conscience, one who does one who does one's work thoroughly and seriously, one who does work conscientious, conscientious. A careful preservation, protection of wildlife is the need of the hour. Conservation, opposed to great or sudden change. Conservative, comfort someone at a time of grief or disappointment. Console, a group of stars that forms a shape in the sky and has a name. Constellation, state of anxiety or dismay causing mental confusion. State of anxiety, nervousness, or dismay causing mental confusion. Commotion, state of anxiety or dismay causing mental confusion. Telugu. Consternation, imposed a restriction on constrained, extremely skillful. Hmm. Commotion. Yeah, commotion. Consummate. Easily spread. Contact with CONTAGIOUS. Something made impure by exposure to polluted, contaminated, belonging to the same time, contemporary. Someone who is satisfied with life is general contented, touching along the side of boundary, contiguous. Contiguous, an event that may or may not happen. Contingency. prohibited by law, treaty, contraband, a man who is removed from a convalescent, a place where nuns and a convent, a group of vehicles traveling together, convoy, ceremony of coronation to confirm with the help of evidence. A funeral procession, cortege, corroborate, corroborate to confirm with the help of evidence, corroborate, Corroborate. And a funeral procession is called CORTEG. CORTEG. Okay, that's good, baby. A funeral procession is cortege. CORTEG. Science of the constitution of the whole universe. Cosmography. A person who regards the whole world as his country. Cosmopolitan. A made in imitation so as to be passed off prudently as genuine. Counterfeit. Stanza having two lines in verse. Couplet. A person who takes care of cattle. Cowherd. That can be a person who takes care of cattle. Cowherd. That can be believed or trusted. Credible. A person who readily believes others easily. Credulous. 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 Science of the constitution of the whole universe. Cosmography. A person who regards the whole world as his country, one who is a citizen not of a country but of the world. Cosmopolitan, made in imitation so as to be passed off currently as genuine counterfeit. A stranger having two lines in verse couplet, a person who takes care of cattle. Cowhead, that can be believed and trusted. Credible, a person who readily believes others easily. Credulous, a system of religious belief, faith, creed. A place where dead person's body is burnt. Crematorium. Creed. A system of religious belief. Creed. Caste creed. A system of religious belief. Faith. Okay, faith. Creed. A person where a dead person's body is burnt. Crematorium. Crematorium. Turning point of danger or disease. Turning point of a danger. Turning point of danger. Crisis. Turning point of danger or disease. Okay. A principle or standard, a standard by which anything is or can be judged. Criterion, one who finds nothing good in anything. Clue. Critic, one who finds nothing good in anything. Critic. A group of people. Crowd. Break or fall, one who finds nothing good in anything. Critic. A group of people. Crowd. Break or fall apart in small fragments in the process of deterioration. Break or fall apart into small fragments in the process of deterioration. Determines postpone. A break or fall apart in small fragments in the process of deterioration. Crumble. A dynamic campaign for political, social, or religious change. Crusade. అలా చేసేవాడు apostasy who left religious beliefs. Apostasy who starts pioneer of religious reforms is apostle. Having a forming a hard outer layer. Crust. A device for deciphering codes and ciphers. Cryptograph. The study of secret writing and code language of words. Cryptography. A style of cooking food characteristic of a particular country or region. Cuisine. Guilty of the crime. Culpable. Guilty of the crime is culpable. All the arts, beliefs, and social institutions etc. characteristics of a race, culture. Guilty of the crime, culpable. All the arts, beliefs, and social institutions etc. characteristic of a race, culture. A person in charge of a museum, curator. Signal under martial law for people to remain indoors. Curfew. Martial law. A strong desire to know or learn something. Curiosity. The system of money used in a particular country. Currency. The expression of which the misfortune or doom before a person. Curse. The expression of a wish that misfortune or doom. The The expression of a wish that misfortune or doom befall a person. Thus, one who sneers at the aims and beliefs of his fellow men, a person who believes that only selfishness motivates human actions. Cynic. Maybe most of the people are cynic. I think so. Extreme fear of dogs, canophobia, center of attraction, cynosure, a secret disguised leader fighting cipher, dealing with cytology, a situation where no progress is okay. For now, up to 391 survival, 393. Very high worker indeed. Can I do it again? Science of the constitution of the whole universe. Cosmography. Science of the constitution of the whole universe is cosmography. A person who regards the whole world as his country is uh, cosmopolitan, meaning limitations has to be passed off prudently as generally counterfeit. A stranger having two lines in verse couplet. A person who takes care of cattle, cowhead that can be believed, trusted, credible. A person who readily believes others, credulous. A system of religious belief, a faith. A system of religious belief. System of religious belief. Fuck. A system of religious belief. A faith, bro. Yeah. A system of religious belief. A faith. Creed. A place where dead person's body is burnt. Crematorium. CREMATO. Crema. CREMATORAUM. Maybe. Crema. CREMATORAUM. Yes. A principle or standard by which anything is or can be judged. A principle or standard by which anything can be judged. Criterion, one who finds nothing good in anything. One who finds nothing good in anything. ఇందులో కూడా critical. A group of people is crowd. They can fall apart in small fragments in the course of deterioration. Crumble. Crumble is a dynamic campaign for political, social, and religious changes crusade, having a formally hard outer layer is crushed, a device for deciphering codes and ciphers. Cryptography, the study of secret writing and code language are words. The study of secret cipher, a style of cooking food characteristics of a particular country or region. Cuisine, guilty of the crime. Telugu. Culpable, all the arts, beliefs, and social institutions address the characteristics of a race, culture, a person in charge of a museum, curator, signal under martial law for people to remain indoors, curfew, a strong desire to know and learn something, a strong desire to know and learn something, a strong desire to know and learn something. ఓ క్రిస్టియన్ని చదవాలని ఆశ కోరిక curiosity, the system of money used in a particular country. currency, an expression of a wish that misfortune or doom befalls a person. Curse, curse. Hmm. One who sneers at the aims and beliefs of his fellow men. Cynic, cynic. Extreme fear of dogs. Canophobia, center of attraction. Cynosure. A secret and disguised way of fighting. Cipher. Dealing with cells. Cytology. I have done C. Now, should I revise A, B, and C? I'm just thinking about it. It's total 383 words. Can I do it? But I have to take some time. Okay. Cipher. Next day, if you do D, yeah, D is less. So it can be done very fast. And E, it is more E. E is also okay. F is very okay. G is okay. H is okay. I is I is okay, okay. J is okay, okay. M K is okay. L is okay. M is not okay. So M is little bit higher. M okay. O okay. We have to do all this up to Z. Okay, actually, okay. Hmm. Compare which means anchor, choreographer, cannibal, animal, seldom, antidote, alter, abdication. Let's try to start. If I try now, I will start. I'm going to take some lunch break actually. 5 to 10 minutes break. 50 minutes. Can we take 15 minutes? Mm. Accomplice, partner in crime. Become less intense or widespread. Abate. A place where animals are slaughtered for consumption as food. Amateur. The superior of a monastery. Abort. Abbreviation. Agenda. Alien. Element. Okay. That's okay. Let's take 10 minutes break. 10 to 15 minutes break and come back hardly. Hardly means nothing. Zero. And come back hard. Let's go.